Welcome back, my dear friends. So today we are going to discuss about a very important triangle in our body. So before going to explore this triangle, we need to understand the particular area called as perineum. So when you know exactly the location of perineum, it is very easy to find out the triangles which we are going to discuss. So the first thing every one of us have to understand is what is perineum. So perineum is a diamond-shaped area which is present at the lower part of the pelvis. Let us see. So this perineum is an approximately diamond-shaped region that lies below the levator, that it is forming the pelvic diaphragm, between the inner aspects of the thighs and anterior to the sacrum on the coccyx. So the posterior to the pubic bones, anterior to the sacrum on the coccyx, and medial to the ischial tuberosities and ischiopubic ramus. So to understand that, one every one of us have to understand the arrangement of the hip bones and how they are present in our own body. So the diamond shaped part, which is going to divide into two sub-triangles. Anterior one is called as urogenital triangle. Posterior one is called as anal triangle. Let us see how the triangles have been formed. So here I just showing you the bony pelvis here. So there's a bony pelvis, right and left hip bones. They are articulating with each other anteriorly. The pubic bones, they are anteriorly they are articulating with each other and form secondary cartilaginous joint. And posteriorly, these right and left hip bones, they are articulating with the sacrum and forms the sacroiliac joint. And now we are going to tilt it upside down to see the pelvic outlet. So because the perineum is present at the pelvic outlet, so here you can see the bony pelvis outside part. So upper part is called as the false pelvis, lower part is called as the true pelvis. So the false pelvis above, true pelvis below, they are separated by a line called as arcuate line or pelvic brim. Now we are just turning it upside down. Yes, here you can identify we have just turned it upside down and we are seeing from the inferior aspect. So posterior to this pubic bones and medial to this ischiopubic ramus, these are the two right and left ischiopubic ramus, and these are the ischial tuberosities, and anterior to the sacrum and the coccyx, this particular region is called as the perineum. So this perineum is subdivided into two triangles. So perineum is a diamond shaped area, and this diamond shaped area is separated into two triangles by an imaginary line we are drawing at the level of ischial tuberosities, right and left. These projections, they are called as ischial tuberosities of the ischium, they are called as ischial tuberosities. So we are just drawing an imaginary line that it is joining the right and left ischial tuberosities. That particular line is separating the diamond shaped area into two triangles. Anterior triangle is called as urogenital triangle, posterior triangle is called as anal triangle. So today we are going to discuss about urogenital triangle in the case of male, how it is present, and the case of female, how it is present. Let us see that. Now let us see the urogenital triangle in the female. So what are the boundaries we can identify? Anteriorly we can identify the pubic bones, posterior surface of the pubic bones, and laterally, anterolaterally, right and left sides, they are formed by the ischiopubic ramus. Right and left we can identify ischiopubic ramus, and posteriorly we are drawing an imaginary line. Okay, so that is about the urogenital triangle. Let us see how about the apex. Apex is formed by right and left sides. They are going to join, right and left boundaries, they are going to join at the midline behind the pubic bones, that it is forming the apex of this urogenital triangle, and the base is formed by the imaginary line which is present at the level of which has been drawn at the level of right and left ischial tuberosities. Okay, so that is about the urogenital triangle. And what is present anteriorly in this urogenital triangle? The contents of the urogenital triangle in the female. So anterior to posterior, we can identify the clitoris, we can identify, then we can identify the urethral orifice, and posteriorly you can see the vaginal orifice. So entire this area is called as vestibule. So try to remember the structures which are present in it. Anteriorly you can identify the clitoris, then the orifices are urethral orifice and the vaginal orifice. Then other muscles are also there present. The most anterolaterally we can identify ischiocavernosus muscles, and around the vestibule you can identify the bulbospongiosus muscle. So in detail we are going to discuss about it in the superficial and deep perineal pouches. So you can just find out that video in my YouTube channel. That is about the urogenital triangle in the case of female. Now let us see how what are the structures are present in the case of male. Now what about the urogenital triangle in the case of male? How it is present and what are the boundaries of it? Let us see that. So the urogenital triangle anterior boundary is formed by the pubic bones, posterior surface of pubic bones, and then right and left sides you can identify the ischiopubic ramus, and posteriorly the base is formed by, we are drawing an imaginary line at the level of ischial tuberosities. That is, the apex is formed by the right joining of right and left lateral boundaries. The base already we discussed about it, the imaginary line we are drawing at the level of ischial tuberosities. Then what are the structures are present in it? What are the contents? Urethral orifice is present, and also the same muscles which I have discussed in the female, same muscles you can identify here also. That is bulbospongiosus at the midline, and on either side we can identify ischiocavernosus. Okay, that is about the muscles uh, which are present in the urogenital triangle in the male. Okay, that is about the urogenital triangle. And in the next class, we are going to discuss about the posteriormost triangle, which is present behind the urogenital triangle. That is called as anal triangle. Anal triangle. Now, the anatomical position of this urogenital triangle, how it is present in the human body, how it is present. So it is facing forwards and downwards. Forwards and downwards. Let us see that. So try to see the urogenital triangle location here. So this urogenital triangle is facing forwards and downwards, forwards and downwards. So that is the anatomical position of the urogenital triangle. Okay, so thank you dear students. We'll meet in the next class with a new video regarding the anal triangle. Thank you.